We are about to start. This is Robot Nuke. Now let's hear it for the man, the myth and the legend in his own head, Eric Nuke Hudson.
Okay, we are here. Day 29, 97% done. Just have to do one more day, and I've completed this challenge. So the next challenge is going to be ice baths, starting on Wednesday. So I'm glad to be here right now for multiple reasons, including I almost got creamed just leaving the M Resort. I was in the left-hand turn lane. Somebody, I don't know what happened. I heard like a, and then, and the guy jumped over the curb, and I'm looking over. I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna hit me. And for some odd reason, even though stuff started flying off his car, he jumped back over the curb and like sped off. So I didn't know if like the cops were gonna be following him or something or not, but it didn't happen. So maybe he's just embarrassed or something that he jumped over the curb. He has definitely ruined that car. So I don't know, maybe it was a friend's car or something, because he was definitely speeding. So back to me, not feeling so great right now. A lot of coughing today, but I am going to get this finished. And the subject I want to talk about today is I'm going to call it recommendations. I think that's a good way to put it. So I have, I'm proud. I got two in the escrow today, and one of them, the agent came back with some BS, and we all know it's BS. It's a game that we play, um, where he did sent the counteroffer with his title company on it, and it's the the escrow has already been opened at the title company. That's BS. And what they do is they'll just order what's known as a property profile, which any agent can order, and then they call that opening escrow to try to make it stronger. So why do they want to use their agent or escrow company? So let's get into the nitty gritty of it. There is no nice way to put it. It's all about bribing folk. Uh, the escrow companies, uh, they all do the same thing, with the exception of some small ones I go like, about. But the big ones, it's all the same BS. They charge the same everything. So why in the world are all these escrow companies so particular, or I don't know what word to use, why they are so hard up trying to convince people to use them? So here's the thing. Escrow, when I talked about some of the other things about how much money there really is out there, escrow has an 80% profit. So here's what's going to happen in escrow/title. So escrow is usually going to be split between the buyer and seller. That's about $1,000 or so. Then there's going to be the lender title policy, call it $1,000, and then you'll have the owner title policy. Let's call that $1,200. So you're looking at $3,200, and of those $3,200, um, over $2,500 is pure 100% profit. Yeah, you heard me. $2,500 is pure profit. So what do they have to do to get an agent to use them? It's no nice way to put it. It's a bribe. They give us stuff. So if you look, they have little things and like apps we can use and stuff. That's the extent of the bribe legally. I have heard stories where money has exchanged hands. I've never done that. I've never seen it personally, but it's really bad because they do this stuff just to get the escrow, and they get persnickety about it. I once had a escrow officer call me up. It's like, we noticed you closed, X number of transactions lately, and none have been with us. What's going on? Or they call you up with the, what do we have to do to get your business back? Because it's all pure profit. Uh, Matter of fact, the person who owns most of the escrow companies here in town, even though they use different names, is actually a billionaire. billionaire because all that money that they're getting from it. Well, that's not the only thing. You got the lenders. So the lenders will have what's known as MSA, and some of the title companies do too, marketing service agreement. So you show up, pay for some of our marketing, and that it's really just them paying $1,500, $2,500 a month to be in that office. And with them paying to be in the office, they're expecting a certain number of transactions. So if you ever see um, seller request, buyer pre-qualified with this company, that's all part of the BS. It's 100% BS. There is no requirement to qualify with a specific company. Their hope is now they have your information that they're going to convert you into using them to buy the house. So, like I discussed a few days ago, people don't realize how much profit there is in all these other sectors. Like the average loan officer makes 1.5% of the amount that's loaned out. That could be a lot of money. And remember, unlike a real estate agent where you can only close a certain number of deals, they can close a ton of them, and they do. I mean, I've heard of agent loan officers closing like 30 something transactions in a month. I mean, you do the math. 1.5% of, let's say, 400,000, that's 6,000 times 30. And that's one of the places where you have all this money. Another place where they're always like bribing you a little bit is going to be the home warranty. For the most part, most of the home warranty companies are pretty decent, pay out nice, especially when they deal with agents for some odd reason. Uh, like the home warranty company I would use for most people, I actually have it on my own house. And I did that purely because it's like, hey, it's getting a little bit old. I'm sitting around and I'm praying. And I'm praying and hoping that the air conditioning will go out while I have the warranty. So I keep paying every year, hoping the AC goes out because it's cheaper with that. Uh, that's the basis of it. A lot of these recommendations, about the only ones I haven't seen that are like like really outpaying stuff because the margin is kind of low. Maybe the home inspectors, because a home inspection is going to cost you, let's just say $450. There's no real money there because if you're sitting around trying to bribe agents, the most I've seen anybody give out other than like little brochures and stuff has been, oh my, okay, let's see if I can get this guy to get over it. I went too. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Sorry, I'm trying to merge in here. Right as I got a little spot, somebody like tried to move up in it. There we go. The most I've seen so far that an inspector did was give out tape measures. Big whoop. They gave out like one per agent while they bought us lunch. So it's not the same kind of thing normally because there's very little margin. Also, when going for home inspectors, I mean, it's kind of an aside. See what services they offer, like drone photography of your roof, and like using a FLIR to check behind the walls and stuff like that. Not all of them do it. Like I said, other than a few little companies, and especially these ones out of state that are like virtual, a lot of investors will demand you use their, because like if you're selling your home, a lot of investors will demand that you use their title people, somebody you never heard of, and they're not in town, they're in California, and you really have no good control. Also, one that I worried about for a while, I had This couple, they owned a title company in California. No, they insisted that the buyer must use their company, and they did the escrow, but the title insurance was done by a local place. And there was once where the deal had fallen through. It was all within the legal requirements for the buyer to get their money back. I was representing the sellers, and right as it was falling through, somebody else put an offer in on the house, and this is where it frightens me. The one of the owners said, "Hey, I wouldn't have given back the EMD, earnest money deposit, if it wasn't for this other deal." So that's not how it works. We have legalities in which we're supposed to be operating on, and that's the reason I don't like these out of town people. You don't know what they're doing, what arrangements they have. So it's kind of frightening in ways. As far as lenders, I remember I said they make about 1.5%. In reality, when you see a lender where there's a difference between what they are offering for interest rates and another one, it has to do with that percentage. So again, I want to use an example. Let's say a base loan is 5%, and right now, what are you paying, like 7.5%? Well, built into that is the commission for that loan officer. So that loan officer could take a smaller commission and give you a lower interest rate. So that's one of the big things to look at right there. I'm looking, I don't see any, I gotta slide my eye over here. I don't see any comments for tomorrow. I've been invited to this dinner with people like Ryan Pineda and stuff. I feel bad for the one guy. So I did VIP tickets. They're like $500 for the event I'm at this week. And had $5,000 tickets. Only one guy bought the $5,000 tickets, from what I can tell. And I guess they didn't want to just have the dinner with just this dude. So all of the VIPs were invited to the dinner tomorrow. So I just feel bad as heck for this guy, because all the VIPs, when you divide 500 by 5,000, I don't think came up to that. Because there were a lot more people, probably because the event's not as established as some of the others. There was a lot of people who did not buy VIP. I can probably count them in my head here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's about 10 people. So yeah, that dude up. I mean, he paid $5,000. I don't know if they're going to do anything to give him his money back or not, because that's kind of, I feel bad for the guy. He wanted to go all out, buy all this extra stuff, and be able to have dinner with all these celebrities. Then they open it up to the people who paid $500 instead of 5,000. But maybe he'll get a picture or something, and we're not going to get a picture. I don't know. So there's some pretty big people. But then again, this is Vegas. A lot of big people live here in Vegas. Like I showed on the other day, you got O.J. Simpson, who lived here, that he rented his house. Mike Tyson, Flava Flav, just all these people who've silently moved here sometimes. Mark Wahlberg, if you've been tracking what's happening there, he's building like a $30 million house or something. So it's all good. Still no questions. Oh man, I got 3 people on here now. My little drive keeping me company. I wish somebody had a question for me, because I don't have as much to say today, because it's really that simple. The agents will insist, it'll be in the remarks, buyer must qualify with this lender. But it always says the same thing, seller requests. Seller didn't request a dang thing. Only thing that happened is that's the one who's paying them $1,500, $2,500 or more, so they can say in their seller request X. Seller doesn't know the escrow company from a can of paint. I've been using that a lot lately. Uh, and it just put that in their seller request or requires use of XYZ escrow company. And this is another one for these escrow companies. Like, let's say you can't get the escrow company switched over. I've had escrow and title officers. They got like these salespeople. They go like, "Well, you can still use us for title." Yeah, till you realize it's a screw job because remember I told you it comes to about 3,200. Well, most of that is a volume discount if you use all of the services, the escrow and the title. Guess what happens if you have the escrow with one company and the title with another? So you still got to pay the 3,000, 1,000 for the escrow, but the title portion that was 2,200 could now be 4,000. But they'll sit there with a straight ass face and go, "Oh, you can still use us for title," not saying that when you do that, your client's going to go from paying, a total of 3,200 to four. What is that? Let's just call it $5,000. That's what I hate sales. People are always doing that BS. Wow, I got through traffic much faster than I thought today. Oh boy, let's see here. Okay, wanted to make sure I had enough gas. I've decided if I'm going to get off at Costco. Yeah, not Sam's Club. Get some gas. But it's all the same BS. It's a lot of people coming up with crap for you, like saying that the seller requests this. Seller didn't request a dang thing. They just need to fulfill the fact that they have an agreement with that title company. But no one's ever going to say that. Uh, it's just really hard sometimes dealing with all this BS. And the thing that ticks me off the most is they will come to you. I'm talking the lenders and the title company, beg you for a chance. Just do one transaction with me to see how great, how great I am, and how much I'll take care of your client. Okay, great. So, and then you get a call from a lender you've been using, and they're like, "Hey, I just noticed because they're tracking. I just noticed you just closed a transaction with, XYZ Mortgage. So what happened?" But they all do it. And that one I talked about earlier, where the title company like tried to call me out on it, saying that we noticed you closed multiple transactions lately without us. It was because the sellers or the listing agents were insisting that we use their title people. So yeah, I put my title person on every time, but I can't just stand in the way of somebody's transaction. Somebody wants a house. That's kind of evil. But anyway, I then went off on her and went, "No, it's all your fault, all of you title people, because we're all fine." And then you come to us and say, "Well, put in the remarks and with ABC title." All they did was run a property profile. And the binder is held at ABC title, all of this stuff. And I went, "It is all your fault. Because instead of letting us deal with who we want to deal with, you're always coming up going, 'Give us a try for one title.'" And same BS. So, anywho, uh, I got you for 20 minutes here. No questions. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Tomorrow may go a little early. I'm going to have to check the schedule, see what we're doing, because the dinner is supposed to start at 5:30. I'm assuming that the dinner will not start until 6, but who knows? I may wait until 6. I may just live stream from the dinner. So this is a YouTube conference. So yeah, I may live stream from the dinner. Who knows? I just won't have any food in my mouth. Okay. If you guys need anything, leave some comments below. If you need any kind of help with anything, call, text, email, and of course, get on my calendar. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know if my voice is going to be right again. And we are going to finish this strong with the whole 30 days. Okay? I'm going to see you guys.